Party people, welcome once again to the Party of One podcast, the actual play RPG podcast where the gaming table is always set for two. And this week on the show, I am joined by Jackson Adams for a game of Mirror Match. Mirror Match is a role-playing game about one of my favorite things in the world, and that is fighting games. Beyond the howling void of human perception, Bloody Mary sits upon the mirrored throne and witnesses all the wickedness, cruelty, and violence on display. Across every world and every dimension, warriors fight for the favor of their cruel queen. Only one of the thousands of warriors who bleeds and kills will earn Mary's favor and become her champion, receiving the ultimate gift. What will you do to earn that power, and will you be the same person as you were when you began your journey? The game blends a ton of different, really fun and interesting mechanics and angles and approaches. There's a competitive Yahtzee mechanic that informs the actual fight, and you build your backstory collaboratively to create characters with deeply intertwined and shared backstories, and then you watch those characters literally shed their backstory and their sense of self as they duke it out in the squared circle. I really truly loved this game. It was so much fun to play. I really think you're going to enjoy listening to the game that we played, and I think that you should check out the game itself. You can find more information about Mirror Match in the show notes. And with all that said, let's go ahead and throw it over to me in the past so that he can get started with the show. Take it past me. Thanks, future me. I am so excited. I have been looking forward to this recording all week. I'm sitting down with Jackson Adams. Jackson, thank you so much for coming on Party of One.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to get to play and get to chat with you.
This is going to be so great. I've been reading through the game, and I'm positively stoked. I am so thrilled at the game that we're going to be playing today. But before we get into that, why don't you take a moment and let our lovely listeners at home know about what we are playing, as well as anything else you've got going on that you might want them to know about.
Yeah, so we're playing Mirror Match. This is my game that I released late last year. That was it's a fighting RPG, kind of simulating two-player fighting games, one-on-one, battles sort of to the death or to something. In the game, you kind of create, a pair of fighters who face off. They share sort of similarities or bits of their history together. And then through their fights, they kind of decide what parts of their history they hold on to and what's important to them as they keep fighting for the favor of Bloody Mary. This game's like Shao Kahn, I guess, our blood-soaked gladiator champion who watches.
I'm so excited. I love a good fighting game. This is my jam. This is the energy. I am fighting game trash through and through. I forgot until I hopped on a meeting today that I was wearing a Dan Hibiki t-shirt and had to explain things to my boss. So the energy is palpable in the room this evening. And what are you excited about playing the game today? What's the vibe? What are you bringing to the table? What are your major touchstones as we start to play?
So fighting game wise, the big ones for this game were Mortal Kombat and Soul Calibur mainly, because I really wanted, I love Street Fighter is my main game really.
Sure.
And I love that, Akuma and Ryu, that Dan versus everybody, that Bison for the world stuff. But I really wanted that, these are two people who under any circumstances will just drop everything to fight anywhere kind of
it's
thing.
It's a good energy, and it's the thing I really love in Soul Calibur, I know it's also present in the later Mortal Kombat games, but I haven't played them, but I know it's present in all of the Soul Calibur games, is I love a good what's the phrase? I love a good animatic of two people crossing on the street and then looking at each other and going, well, you gotta die. I don't know what else is gonna happen here.
Yeah, that cross swords, give two extremely corny lines and go after it.
That's the energy. Yeah. That's the magic. And the little the video package before the fight where that's just I'm on the street buying groceries, and then you look up and see your enemy and you're like, oh, all
Here
right.
we go. Yeah,
I guess this is where we're fighting.
Exactly.
That is to me one of the one of the greatest experiences in the world to me. And I can tell you my favorite ever example of this.
I'm ready.
Was Guilty Gear 2 for the PlayStation 2. Was when one of the fights or when you play through a pre-fight animatic intro sequence, and then you play through another character story mode and they have the same sequence,
Yep.
and you see like what drew them to that street. When the two stories intersect, that's chef's
It's
kiss.
one of the
That's where the
things
magic happens.
Guilty Gear does best is those like kind of emergent little like all roads lead to fights kind of thing.
That to me is the magic. Is you hear the person say something weird, and then in the back of your mind you're like, I'm gonna play their story mode next, because I gotta know what they were referring to when they said the agency. I gotta know.
One of the things I really, really love is like Soul Calibur is such a good, and Mortal Kombat does this really well too, of like kind of having a set aesthetic of, you know, hey, these are 70s kung fu movies that have just kept going for Mortal Kombat, or, you know, Renaissance sword fights. But then there's also like Soul Calibur has a zombie pirate, and his daughter is this like BDSM liquid sword lady. And, you know, it can accommodate sort of anything was kind of the idea. And I wanted Mirror Match to kind of have that. You can do a, you know, old gunslinger versus a, you know, robot gorilla kind of fight.
It's Mortal Kombat to me really like does embody that the best with the whole Outworld like premise being that like this person is an ancient guardian who has been destined to fight in this tournament his entire life and has been groomed for this battle from birth. This guy is a mall cop.
Yep. Exactly.
Genuinely just straight up a mall cop in a lousy t-shirt and a backwards hat. And like, you're like, man, why are you here? Like, how has your life gone so wrong that you have wandered into the Otherworld tournament?
And there's always so many moments of like, everyone also knows and hates this guy too. Like, Scorpion was like, oh, damn it, Stryker's here. Like, this SWAT guy I have dealt with for 40 years.
He just keeps coming back. The fact that Mortal Kombat recognizes ACAB and so many of these characters are like, oh, fuck this. I may be a zombie ninja pledged to the Lord of Hell, but like, fuck you, you're a cop.
Yeah, I'll take the time to do the fatality here. Like every time. Let's go.
I'm so excited. So let's start talking through and building our... let me go ahead and read our intro text so that we understand what we're fighting for, and then we're going to build out some fighters.
Sounds
From
good.
her seat on the mirror throne, Bloody Mary gazes across the universe in search of a blood-soaked champion. Heed her call. Crush your enemies. Hold tight to your purpose. Become the mightiest of them all. But what will you give up for it, and who will you be when you sit at her side? And we are going to enter the mirror, look into the mirror, and then clash.
Sounds good.
Talk to me about what that's going to look like.
Yeah, so in Mirror Match, to kind of create that you're always going to be rivals from the word go kind of thing, we're going to create a icon, which is kind of a shared image of a character, and we create two sides of it, which is called the silhouette and the shade of the character. So that will kind of tell us what they look like and maybe some weird features of them, and then we're going to create two characters off of that same archetype.
Love it.
So, you know, we have the option to roll randomly, but I don't know if any, like, one of us is going to select a silhouette and one of us is going to select the shade of the icon.
And in that case, I'm going to roll randomly. Is there something you'd like to choose, or do you want to roll on a table?
No, I'm happy to roll for both of them if we want to.
All right. Which table would you like to roll on?
I'll do the shade. How about that?
All right. I'll do the silhouette.
Okay.
I've got my 2d6 here. I'm going to roll that. That is a 55, the Drunken Master.
Oh, all right. Do you have a favorite Drunken Master fighting character?
It's not quite a Drunken Master. Like, it's not the Drunken Master style, but like, when I think about the concept of the Drunken Master, it does evoke the greatest fighting game character ever made and the character that I most deeply identify with in all of video games. I mean, I have a framed painting of Dan Hibiki on my wall.
That's beautiful.
Like, Dan
I love that so much.
One time for Christmas, we did a Secret Santa and like a gag gift Secret Santa. And I was gifted 11 Dan Hibiki Funko Pops. And I just kept them around my apartment for like 2 years.
Yeah, that's very spiritually Dan, is that much self-love, self-collecting. I love it.
That was so like it's not quite a full drunken master, but that energy of I am the worst character in the game, but like you are going to let your guard down because I'm so bad, and that's when I beat you. That is to me the most the that is the height of what fighting games can be.
That is pretty true. The like unexpected comeback, it's all about that, from
Yeah.
nothing. The one pixel victory.
I beat somebody with there was a Street Fighter Alpha 3 cabinet in a comic shop in Philadelphia, and I was playing single player, and somebody came up to me. I was playing Dan, and they came up to me and talked a little trash, and I was like, "Put in your quarter."
Let's go. Yeah.
And then I beat them, and they stood quietly for a minute, and just muttered, "Can't believe I lost to Dan."
Yeah, in like random pickups too. That's a real. I hope he hung his head in shame. That's great.
Just like what? That was maybe a highlight of my life that I've never actually captured. So what do we get for the shade?
I got a 31, which is wanted in 60 countries.
Oh, that rips.
Okay, so
that's real
if
good.
If we want to go with that, it is our icon would be the drunken master who is wanted in 60 countries.
That's a good sentence, is the thing. That's that really good. That rips real hard. Okay, so it feels like that's what we're chasing after. So like now we're going to define our reflections a little bit. Talk to me a little bit about what that looks like.
Sure. So the next thing we do is we create what's called fractures. So fractures are moments in the character's history or like personality traits of them. So what we're going to both do is have 4 fractures each. And then we're going to pool those all together and come up with a character by randomly pulling from both of our pools. So our characters are going to share some traits that I'm going to write down, some that you write down, and we're going to share one trait that is going to kind of define both of us, at least one, to kind of link our characters as, either rivals or friends or however they kind of face off here. So some of those are kind of mixing like lore of the game or kind of, hints of implied lore, I guess, for the game. And some are just kind of things that, reference or, at least pull from classic Street Fighter or classic fighting game characters. Your characters looking for revenge or fighting for their lovers or whatever. So yeah, kind of, I'm not sure how we want to go with that.
All right, so we've got our 4 fractures written. Would you like to read the first fracture and then we'll go back and forth, or should I read mine first?
Yeah, you go ahead and read yours first.
All right. The first one I have written down here is Slayer of Monsters, Protector of Men.
I love that. My first one is that I drank Las Vegas dry on Y2K.
That's great. I adore that. The next one I've written down is History's Greatest Hitman.
I won the legendary Golden Fist Bracer in a tournament.
That's great. That's good. Lived 1,000 lives, died 1,000 deaths.
Replaced all my teeth with silver.
Death is a cocktail, and I seek the greatest sip.
I study from every master of impromptu fighting.
All great. 8 really very excellent fractures, and I'm so excited to see what characters come out of this. So I believe now we take all of these and basically we pull 5 of them. Is that correct?
Yeah, we're each one of us is gonna pull 5. We're gonna have you pull 5 because you're what's called the maker, as you decided our silhouette. So you're gonna choose 5 first, and you're gonna arrange those on your character sheet from the one that happened chronologically first to the one that happened chronologically last. And then you're gonna decide one of those that you want both of our characters to share.
Oh, I really love that.
And we're going to put those in the same spot and kind of build our characters around it.
Okay, so the 5 that I have chosen, I've got a random number generator labeled 1 through 8. So the 5 that I've pulled are Death is a Cocktail and I Seek the Greatest Sip.
Okay.
I have pulled, what was your second fracture?
Won the legendary Golden Fist Bracer in a tournament.
All right, so that is our second fracture. Our third fracture is... read me the first fracture that you wrote.
That's drank Las Vegas dry on Y2K.
Our fourth fracture is Slayer of Monsters, Protector of Men.
Okay.
And our fifth and final fracture is your last your last fracture.
So studied from masters of impromptu fighting around the world.
Okay. And so I'm going to arrange these in chronological order, put them on my sheet, and then decide which of the five that I drew I want us to share.
Right. Which will kind of be where our characters, first interact, or where we, are going to really kind of build that rivalry or friendship out of.
I am taking... First on my list is studied from masters of impromptu combat.
I like it.
Second on my list is Slayer of Monsters, Protector of Men. Third on my list is there's a few. All of these are very good. Is the third on my list?
I'm really tempted to have us drink Las Vegas Dry together, and that be our.
That was
rivalry.
exactly where my head was. That seals it. The fact that was what I paused on to be like, is that the shared thing?
I think it's gotta
that feels
be.
Great. That feels good. I am actually bumping. I'm actually bumping Studied from Masters down to 2. Slayer of Monsters is 3. Death is a Cocktail is 4. Won the Gold Embracer in a tournament is my first fracture, because this collectively tells me a story.
Yeah.
This gives me a character very specifically. If I was a prize fighter, I was a disgraced prize fighter. I won the Gold Embracer. I was at the height of fame. I was ousted from the sport. I was ousted from boxing. I then just studied under the masters of street fighting until I learned of the existence of that which should not be.
Nice.
I was introduced to the world arcane, and I after my master was murdered by Dracula, because it's got to have a Dracula.
There's got to be a Dracula.
Just straight up a Dracula. Dracula murdered my master, and therefore I traveled the world slaying monsters and helping people. And that also allows me to have been bitten by a vampire, but I don't know if that's quite the vibe. No, you know what it is? I am hunting monsters. I am beating monsters to death with my bare hands, and it's a little bit Louse from Delicious in Dungeon, and it's a little bit Mega Man. I am taking power from the monsters that I slay in the form of the beverages that I drink to imbue me with special powers, which is to say, like fireball fists. All of my fireballs and specials are I take on one of my hands turns into a Frankenstein hand and throw a big Frankenstein punch.
So what's
a hand lights on fire or something like that.
So what's this character wanted for then? Why are they wanted in 60 countries?
Why are they wanted in 60 countries? Because they they've killed it's that they've killed
too many monsters.
Yeah, they have been spotted. There are scenes of violence and death that follow them wherever they go.
I like it.
Nobody knows that there was a Slender Man here that I fought to the death. That's not that has been wiped clean. But Slender Man probably has some guys. There's Slender Man probably has a posse.
Oh, for sure.
And I probably broke some arms.
There are some Slender Men who've been looking for you.
It is, for sure, the introduction to my character is one of those Tekken beat-em-up pre-fight sequences that, all you get from them is an achievement and a virtual poster, but, you beat up a bunch of masked guys, and then you open a door, and, the actual opponent is so you've made it through my men.
Yep, exactly. They're just running through people all the time.
Yeah, I gotta run through some henches before I can get to the actual villain.
Nice. Okay, what spot did you put Drank Las Vegas Dry on?
I think that is the shared spot. Where can I slot that anywhere between 1 and 4? Is that how that works?
If you want that to be your Fall from Grace, you could put it kind of in the middle.
That feels great, actually. That feels great. And then, we can build on that and say, maybe that was maybe, our first fight was an impromptu street fight, was like a bar brawl that erupted that like both got me removed from the sport and also brought me onto the attention of like some of these master street fighters.
Oh, I like this. All right, so I've got to roll then to get my 4.
Yeah. And how I've laid mine out, you can lay yours out differently, as I put mine at 1, 3, 5, and 7, and yours are at 2, 4, 6, and 8.
Yeah, sounds good. That's how I had mine too. What was your last one?
Death is a cocktail, and I seek the greatest sip.
And what was your third one?
My third one, lived 1,000 lives, died 1,000 deaths.
Okay, I think I've got my plan here.
Okay.
Okay, so I am kind of picturing a little bit of a flip side of this, and I think this is going to kind of get to a rivalry sparked on that day. So I'm going with Death is a Cocktail, and I Seek the Greatest Sip as my first one.
Cool.
Happening chronologically. Then Studied from Masters of Impromptu Fighting second. Sharing Drinking Las Vegas Dry on Y2K. Replacing All Teeth with Silver will be what I do next. And then lived 1,000 lives and died 1,000 deaths, the next one. So I am picturing this character as a sort of dilettante gambler type, a kind of, well-dressed sort of casino fly who has kind of fought his way out of every, person who's pinched him, who's caught him stealing chips and money. And that fight on Y2K where we kind of face off the first time, never have had to deal with somebody as relentless, as terrifying, and as, clearly covered with monster blood. So in order to make sure that the next time I never am afraid of a fight with you again, I replaced all my teeth with silver to deal with your monstrous blood. And I've lived 1,000 lives as I live and die on every bad bet.
That's great. That rips. That's good shit. That's good. The energy here is really good. I'm excited.
Yeah, I think these are... it's one of those I can see these two having a dedicated casino level throwdown for...
Oh, yeah. For sure. And it's the repeating level. Like, there's always the casino level.
Oh, yeah.
And, it changes aesthetic based on the game, but, it is you're always going to have the casino level.
Oh, for sure.
All right, so now we're going to build our stage, and then we're going to do battle.
Yeah, so, we've brought up a casino. Do we want to go with a magic casino of some sort?
That feels pretty good.
Magic mirror casino?
That feels pretty good. I like that a lot.
Okay, I really enjoy this. This, I'm trying to imagine this, blood, kind of, what is the outworld casino of this, realm kind of thing? This,
I am going to roll a d6 and see what pops up on the breaker stage, because we've got a baseline of a casino, and let's roll a d6 to see how we complicate this, how Bloody Mary complicates this specifically. Sinking into the legendary glass sands.
Oh, I like this. So how about this? We have our setup is could be we both end up at this casino separately. As we realize we are getting there, we start fighting and crashing it into the sands. That's going to be our brawl.
That feels good. The casino, you can see on the back, the casino is called the Ozymandias.
Yep.
And we are going to send it back to the sands. We're going to render this to ash. I'm so excited. This is great. This is good energy. Okay, so then how are we kicking off the fight?
Yeah, so I feel like we got to introduce ourselves as we enter this battle.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're so right. Yeah. You're so right.
So I'm gonna say that my character's name is Deadbeat. Deadbeat is this, well-coiffed, kind of, he seems sort of ageless, but is clearly this sort of, haggard, immortal warrior type. He's kind of got this taut skin and this faraway look. It's hard to tell if his eyes are glassy from drink or if he's, tired or has seen too many of these fights go sideways. But I kind of look like I fall off my bar stool, and as I'm about to hit the ground, kind of grab the leg and spin it under me and, prop back up, leaning on its side as, a host of gamblers and dancers and things applaud, politely at my shenanigans here.
And my character is named Andalucia Andy Curacao. Andy is we see Andy throw out a hand. I'm visualizing him in a open black suit coat rolled up to sleeves rolled up to mid forearm, no shirt underneath, all kinds of scarring, wrapped hands, is wearing a cape over top of all of that, and stands up straight. A crowd parts ways, stands up, throws the cape aside, pulls a flask out from inside of the suit coat, takes a long swig, wipes his mouth, stashes the flask, points at Deadbeat and says, "How about one last go for old time's sake?"
Just a very loud ring the bell, and I toss my cocktail into the middle ground between us, ready to and pick up a handful of chips to throw.
That's great. Okay. Yeah. And I think we rush at each other. We get a loading screen. We can both hit various directional buttons and make a weird face.
Yeah. Do a grimace or a weird flirty smile, rather.
And then we kick off the fight.
Fighting is sort of like Yahtzee a little bit. We're kind of trying to match and beat, sort of match dice.
Sure.
So the maker in Mirror Match always goes first. So you would be the attacker. We've got 3 throws here to see how things go.
That is a 6, a 5, a 4, a 4, and a 2. Okay.
So I believe, real quick, you only need to tell me 3 of your dice if you want to keep any. So you get 3 throws. You only have to tell me 3. So there's some bluffing.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Good to know.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to roll my second throw. I'm going to roll one more.
I'm keeping my first one. I'm pretty pleased.
I've got my, okay. I'm happy with I've got my final throw. I'm locked in.
Okay. So we need to both score our throws. There's combos for each of us, depending on what we get and how many points those are worth. So my defense right now is worth 18 points. What did you get for your attack?
I got, I got 19.
Ooh. So I had a
3 of a kind, so I add the total of all 5 dice together. So therefore that was a 3 4s plus a 5 and a 2 is 19 total.
Nice. So I got an 18. I had a full house, 6s and 3s for a flawless guard. So I believe I'm not going to take any damage because you're only 1 point ahead of me here. How did you attack? What's your kind of 3-hit here attack?
It is a big wide haymaker punch. And then the animation is that as you duck down, it's two kind of body blow knees. Mm-hmm. A little bit capoeira or Mai Tai, and throw overhead punch, 2 quick body shots with the knees to kind of send you rearing back, but you're able to mostly bounce off of that. How do you deflect or block it?
Yeah, I kind of slide out of the way on both of the second 2, making it seem like I'm going to, step forward, but sort of feinting, dodging back, never letting kind of the smile fade or my drink spill as I sip and slide and throw chips to block your closest blow, sort of knocking you aside. And then I'm going to counterattack here for my turn. Okay, so I'm going to keep 2 6s here just to let you know.
Okay, I've got 2 5s.
All right, I'm now keeping 3 6s. I'm ready whenever you are.
I am I am ready.
So I got a 4-hit combo, 4 of a kind, worth 25 points. It's 4 6s and a 1.
I did a flawless guard, so I've got 2 pair. I've got 2 5s and 2 1s, so that is a 12. So you are doing some damage.
Yeah, so that's 6 damage. So you're going to take 1. But you can also decide to invoke a fracture here to make me re-roll if you'd like. You'd have to mark one of your fractures and, put those at risk in the future for your character's advancement.
I'm going to invoke.
Okay.
I'm going to invoke here, and I'm going to invoke. I'm going to invoke the Golden Bracer. I think this is a moment where, I think the block animations here, or the dodging and blocking animations, are very boxing and MMA inspired.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm putting that fracture on the line.
I like it. Yeah, you just perfectly see all of my, my sort of feeling out your defense blows coming. I'm clearly taken aback, and you can see sort of the facade of this sort of gleeful party all night drinking sort of fade for a moment as I remember the person that I fought 24 years ago.
Yeah.
As we waited to see if the computers would stop working on Y2K.
And so I can force you to re-roll. Which dice do I force you to re-roll?
Yeah, do you want me to re-roll one of my 6s then?
Yeah, re-roll one of your 6s.
Okay, let's see what I can do here. I got a 5, so I'm now down to it's worth 24 now. And it's only a 3 of a kind. So you're still going to take some damage, I believe.
Still going to take damage.
Yeah, still going to take 1. So you're at 7 of 8.
Okay.
And you're up.
Great. Let's do a counterattack. Let's throw down.
Oh, no.
Okay. I've thrown all 3 throws. I've got my dice locked in.
Okay. This is not going to be great for me.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Okay. I have got a flawless guard for 22.
I have a 4-hit combo for 26.
Oh no. Okay. So I'm again at blocking most of this blow here. Oh no. Okay. So I continue to kind of, pick up these blows, watching you kind of shift into this fighting mode, this boxing mode. Kind of, I'm picturing you kind of doing the stepping back, letting kind of the drink fall out as you're, ready to go here.
I think my 4-hit combo is I roll back, I take a swig of the flask, and I rush at you I do a flying Superman punch, and 3 shadow copies of myself also come crashing down and throwing a punch.
I just barely managed to parry them, and crash back into the bar cart behind me, shattering some mirrors, and I can see kind of the sand below us starting to kind of fill up the bottom of the casino.
Yeah.
I'm going to counterattack. Okay, I'm set.
I'm gonna re-roll.
I got 3 1s is what I'm holding on to.
Okay. That's sexy. That's a good result. That feels good. I have got so I'm gonna do a backdash, and so tell me what your attack or what you're coming at.
I got 5 1s, so I'm doing my ultimate. I'm doing an ultimate attack for 50 as a 5 of a kind.
That is not great. I think I am coming at I got a 21. I'm going to tap a fracture and have you re-roll.
Okay.
This feels like an opportunity to tap Slayer of Monsters, Protector of Men, to have you re-roll one of those ones.
I re-rolled it and got a 3, so I'm now at a 7 instead of a
I'll take
ultimate. So that's going to be a
I'll
4
take
of a
it.
kind. So that's going to be a total of 7.
And that is good because my result with a backdash and block, I rolled 4 5s and a 1. So that is a 21.
Yeah, that's huge. So I get ready to do my ultimate, and I'm feeling like I'm rushing in, getting ready to hit, exactly what I need to, and I just get stopped immediately, like that, crouching medium punch kind of level.
Yeah, like it's a grab attack, and it is turns his back to the camera. We see another swig, and because the sand is starting to fill the room, we see a fist of sand come up and just grab you and slam you to the ground with a big explosion effect.
Yeah, I sort of grit my silver teeth as I lay on the floor and spit blood and grab a cocktail from the bar and down it in one and prepare to defend from the next blow.
I'm going to see. I'm swapping out dice here. I've been rolling random dice, and I feel like I'm going to have a better shot at victory if I really tailor my dice to the specific character vibe.
Yeah.
I think that's been the missing piece to my victory up to this point.
That's fair.
That I have not. I think it's an aesthetic failure, and I think that's what we gotta compensate for at this moment. All right, I've got my dice.
All right, I'm defending. I've got a flawless guard again. I'm doing 18 for flawless guard.
I've got actually, you know what? I've got a focus attack for 30.
Oh no. Okay, so I had 18 with a flawless guard. So I'd be taking 12, which is going to be 2 damage. I'm going to take it for now.
Okay.
Drop down to 6 life.
And I'm thinking my focus attack here is I'm thinking my focus attack is it is a rolling uppercut. Like I roll in and then as I'm coming up, or it's like a rolling punch down, right? Like I do a roll to get in and then hop up and then kind of like big hammer punch down.
Like ending with me crushed under your glove here. I like it.
That feels great.
Yeah, this is not looking good for Deadbeat. Gonna need some big defense here. Or big counterattack. Oh no.
Okay. Sure.
I'm all set when you are.
I am set. I'm set.
I got a 3-hit combo for 20.
I have a flawless guard. I've got a full house of 5s and 6s.
Oh no.
3 5s is 15, plus that is a 27 guard.
So you are just crushing my attempts to get out of this. I am poking, trying to get low, trying to jump up, throwing cards and poker chips down. I'm breaking these glass walls behind me, trying to get out. I'm looking for anything I can put my back up against here.
I'm kind of visualizing a little bit of Gambit in Marvel in the Marvel versus Capcom games of like whipping cards and explosions, and like there's got to be a moment where you like jump up and I like grab you and drag you down into like an MMA hold, and then you break it at the last moment.
That's very good.
Because I think like so much of like my actual like non-special attacks is all very kind of MMA focused that like it's a lot of like you trying to gain distance and me like keeping the fight locked in.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if Deadbeat was like a MVC character, he's definitely one of those who's like calling in waiters who come in and like throw things on the ground, or kind of doing Ibuki, like throwing things from above.
Good. The vibe is good. The vibe is good.
Very, very poke heavy kind of guy.
I feel like Andy's got big SNK energy, big like like Fatal Fury, Mark of the Wolves, real energy. I'm feeling this. Okay, all right, that's 1. I'll take it. You know what? I'm gonna take my second throw.
Oh yeah, I'm good with my second too.
Okay, I am locked in.
I've got a flawless guard for 22.
Dang it. I've got an aerial combo extension. I've got a full house for 25.
Oh, man.
Damn, you block, you block, you exactly what you needed to do to hold it at bay.
I don't think I can hold out a whole lot longer, though, is the issue here. Okay. I got to pick it up and counterattack here.
What's my aerial attack? And I got to know how you block it. My aerial attack here is this. I got to grow bat wings, come up, and then kind of dive bomb down, right? Like, that's got to be what it is.
Abilities.
And you're able to just slide out of the way.
Yeah. Along the ground, I'm going across like spilled drinks and matted carpets and glass floors. Oh, this is a mess.
Okay, I'll take it. It's okay. All right, I'm locked in.
All I've got for you this time is footsie. I have a 18 of just kind of messy dice here.
I went for a flawless guard. I couldn't pull it off. So I've got a 20 total on backdash and block.
Yeah, so I'm kind of just desperately trying to get in. Panic has set in for Deadbeat. He's sort of frantically going through this deck of cards trying to throw like aces and kings at you. Mm-hmm. And all he's getting is like 6s and 8s, and he's slipping and falling. He's dropping things in the air as he goes for it. Just, like falling into waiters, smashing through tables. It's not going well for the gambler here.
Can I throw out like what that says to me?
Yeah, absolutely.
As a visual beat that I think like does not affect the story, but affects the story that we're telling.
Absolutely.
What that says to me is that there is a like in-character mechanic for Deadbeat, kind of similar to like Mr. Game & Watch in Smash Bros, where like there's like numbers that are tied to the hammer attack, and like when you do a certain fireball that's like especially easy to do, it flashes up with like a card, and like that determines, and like when it flashes up with a king or ace, it is like an instant charged fireball.
Yeah, that is the EX, get in and punish move. But right now, all I'm getting is just nothing but 8s, nothing but 2s. It's not working out for Deadbeat here.
All right, what do we got here?
Boy.
I'm good.
Same. I've got a flawless guard.
I've got a crushing blow.
Oh, you're going to be doing a lot more damage because I have a total of 12 here. It's 2s and 3s.
I've got 40. I got 40, unless you want to invoke a fracture.
I'm going to have to, because a 40 is about going to kill me. So, you know what? I'm going to invoke more than one fracture. This is getting desperate for me.
Sure, yeah.
So I'm going to do the Dark Mirror, which makes me choose 2 of my fractures to do it. I'm going to make you re-roll. What are your matching dice again? I'm sorry.
I've got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 straight.
Okay, just re-roll the 5 then. Re-roll the last one.
I'm so sorry.
Was it still a 5?
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna take 5 damage.
You can tap another fracture.
No, I love it. I'm at 1 health. It's still going.
Here's the thing. I sat for a split second and was like, should I lie? Should I lie about this?
No, I love it. I'm like 1 point away. He is breathing heavy after this one, but I need to hear what this ultimate attack is.
All right.
And just I'm marking lived 1,000 lives and replacing all my teeth with silver, because I definitely could see how this is another awful casino night for Deadbeat.
This is the crushing blow here is it's another sand conjuring. It's a thunderclap, and like sand forms around my hands, so they turn into like gigantic encapsulating hands that just bam crash around you, crushing you in stone.
Deadbeat's like suit is ruined, his drink is spilled, his pocket watch is shattered. Not thrilled. I crack a silver tooth as I grit my teeth and get back up, and say, all right, everything on red, let's go. and get ready for another attack.
Let's do it.
Oh boy.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Oh no.
Mm.
Oh, so close.
Okay. Okay. It's not ideal, but I'll take it.
Okay. I'm very curious. What have you got?
I got a flawless guard, but it's 6s and 1s, so it's 14.
Okay, I got a focus attack. I got a 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's worth 30.
So that's
So
16,
that'd be
which is going to
4
hit
points
me.
for you.
You know what? I'm going to take it.
All right.
I'm going to take it. I've got some flexibility. With you at 1, I can hold on to my fractures.
Play defensive.
Right. If I seal this here, I'm not in a bad spot.
So I'm definitely picturing like a giant roulette ball, popping out of my chest as I kind of rip my shirt open, firing it down at you casino style.
One of those 75 hit attacks where it just rattles down and like half of my health bar is gone in an instant.
Well, I love it.
I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna go for it. Fuck me.
Okay. This could be it.
I've got 2 5s, 2 4s, and a 6. So all I've got is footsie, but I do have 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 24.
I've got 2 5s, 2 3s, and a 1. So I've got 16 as my block. So this is going to kill me this is going to lose me the match. I got to evoke one more fracture here to try to pull this out. I'm going to evoke my studied from the Masters of Impromptu Fighting for one last desperate defense.
What do you want me to reroll? My 6?
Yeah, let's do that.
Because of that, it's the best shot of that was pretty good. That dropped it down to a 1. Okay. So we've balanced out rolling the 5 to dropping my result down to 19.
Okay, so that's gonna block it for now because I got a 16.
That's gonna block it.
Yeah, I pull like one of those blackjack tables in front of me in like the nick of time to block whatever you're gonna throw out at me here.
Great,
just desperate.
I think like I crash through the table. We both go tumbling. We crash through a wall, and like we are on the streets of this like city. All of the people are skeletons, and like this is now skeleton Las Vegas.
Exactly. As the casino sinks behind us.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Gotta have a stage change, especially in this fight. Gotta have a stage change.
Okay. Oh boy. I'm not going to have much of an attack here for you.
Okay. You know what? That's that. All right. That's. I don't have much of a defense, so we'll see how it shakes out.
I have footsies for 11.
I have 6. I have backdash for 8.
Okay, so you're going to be able to
I have a flawless guard for 8. I have 2 3s and 2 1s.
Oh, perfect. That's dull enough.
Yeah.
I sort of try to dust myself off from all of this, shattered glass and sand now seeping into my wounds, and try to put some offense together. But we're both pretty rattled, I think, from falling out of this thing at this point.
All right.
Oh no.
Okay, I see what I got to do. I see what I got to go for.
Okay.
That's what I needed. That's exactly what I needed. I got one more.
This is not what I want to hear about.
It's not all the way, but it's enough. It might be enough to wrap it up.
Okay. I'm curious.
I got a focus attack. I got a 2, 3, 4, 5 for 30 points.
I've got just a backdash and block for 12, so that's going to do it. I do not want to sacrifice any of my other stuff right now, which is just Death is a Cocktail and Drink Las Vegas Dry. Okay. Tell me how you finish off Deadbeat.
The finisher here is Oh, I know what it is. The finisher here is, the, like, there's a spotlight running, like the lights, what it is we see the casino collapse behind us, and that exposes the full moon.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. With my broken silver teeth, I've got nothing to stop you.
Andy looks up, takes one final swig, and turns into a, like, 10 to 12, like, it is like a size character transition, right? Like it is turning into I don't think it's full on like Mecha Fist from Marvel vs. Capcom 2, but it is turning into like Sentinel size of like turns giant, rushes at you, claws bared, and just brings hell down upon you.
I'm picturing it as just full darkness under this like total eclipse for a moment.
Yeah.
And then just a monster walking away from a totally wrecked deadbeat.
Feels great. Carrying like half of a jacket in its claws.
Yep, exactly. A regular size jacket, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have a win quote, you think?
I think walks into the casino, full werewolf, ducks under the door, like into like a different casino, grabs a cocktail, sips, looks back and says, "This round's on you, old friend. I'll see you next time."
That's perfect.
That's great. What a good fight. And so now we see if we sacrifice our fractures.
Yeah, so any fractures you mark during a fight, you lose unless there are some circumstances where you keep them, but you're going to lose them. So your characters change then between those fights.
Yeah.
I'm kind of picturing, I marked my silver teeth. I marked my lived 1,000 lifetimes, and I marked my impromptu fighting. So I think Deadbeat's got to change how he fights in the future, and he's definitely got to get his teeth replaced. He's lost those. And
go ahead.
And I think kind of maybe take a more serious approach to life. I kind of see him, maybe becoming a little more of a like hardened, like Ken Masters style rival. Like he needs that victory now against Andy. Like gotta beat him at this point.
I've got a really excellent pitch for like a story mode picture for what the fight it looks like in the sequel.
Mm-hmm.
Because the fractures that I'm losing are one, the Golden Bracer in a tournament, and Slayer of Monsters, Protector of Men. This feels so ripe for a Andy has gone too far, Andy has fallen. We've got a real dark Ryu, Dark Heidao, like energy here of Andy has become the Lord of Monsters.
Mm-hmm.
I think that like Slayer of Monsters becomes Lord of Monsters, and like One the Golden Bracer becomes like lost his soul to the lost his soul to the bloody moon.
I love that.
And like it is like a very big controversial thing that like fans are very torn about.
Mm-hmm.
Like when the trailer comes out for the next game, Andy is very visibly portrayed as the big bad, having become the Lord of Monsters. And so like it is a big structure change that like one of the main storylines is Deadbeat having to like chase after Andy to fight him and like pull him back from hell.
Yeah, he's definitely doing the like, instead of being in casinos in the sequel, Deadbeat for sure is like hustling like pickup card games and things. Like he's kind of got this like dirty like street hustler vibe a little bit, but he's chasing that like gotta fight for the title again. Like can't stop himself. He's got to bring it back. Not even to like save Andy, just to prove like I'm not going out as a loser. Can't wash out of this town.
And I think aesthetically, Andy's look has changed and has taken on like a zombified appearance. Is like blue skin, has sort of like a skull look to his face, like a skull face, a little bit like, and the scars have turned to stitches. It's a little bit It's a little bit Charlie in Street Fighter V, where they made him a Frankenstein.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the and like I think all of his animations, Bloody Mary is like floating over his shoulder, whispering in his ear.
That's very good.
And like that's the hell that you have to pull Andy out of.
Mm-hmm. He's almost made it. Very cool.
Fuck. This ruled.
Awesome.
This was so much fun. This was so sick. Thank you so much for playing this with me.
Yeah, thank you so much. This was a ton of fun. I'm really glad to get to play it here.
This was so cool. It was so interesting because like we just played, or rather we just released. I had played it over a year ago and we just released it because sometimes the backlog gets long. Mm-hmm. Sometimes that's how podcasting is. But like I just edited and released a different fighting game, role-playing game. We just did Blood -- Rush by Kayla Dice. And like, it's so cool to see like mechanically how the vibe changes, like the vibe changes through the different mechanical resolutions and like the aesthetic choices, and like as a fighting game obsessive, it is maybe the only genre of video game I consistently like. Watching, like playing both of those and kind of having that conversation running in my head filled me with an unbelievable joy.
That's awesome. Yeah, I think one of the things that's so cool about fighting games is there's so much room for, different takes on controls and different takes on what's important in the engine. And it's a thing that like is definitely a part of any like tabletop that adapts it. You can do so much with like, what does a combo look like? What does, these similar verbs look like? I really enjoyed it. I need to check out that game.
Yeah, it's great. This game the yacht, like the Yahtzee is so Yahtzee is itself a very like just a deeply fun game. And like the thing that I really loved here was like how much thematically like I got that sense of what like the thematic overlap between like wanting or aiming for, gunning for a very specific dice combo, and then all like gunning for like specific input combos. Like it had that same energy of like, fuck, I know what I gotta do. I know what I gotta do to block this, but I'm not sure that I can pull it off. I've only got one more throw, but I see that I can, if I get a 1 or a 6 here, I think I can pull this off. Shit, I got a 4. Damn, like that energy of like trying to hit the buttons just barely was so satisfying.
Yeah, I really wanted that like desperation of I know what I need to do, but sometimes you just can't make it kind of thing. And that, sometimes you're just shaking your head back and forth at the end of a match.
Very, very satisfying. Yeah. What was your favorite moment from the game today?
I think it's hard to top that eclipse at the end. That is a great like final finishing move for Andy. And a real cinematic, like, final fight moment. As good as any brutality, yeah.
It felt really good. And, like, it's funny having played through the game, knowing how many different fighting games we've mentioned, but, like, it definitely hit the vibe for me of, like, the most satisfying super moves in fighting games that I've played in years. It had Dragon Ball FighterZ energy when like they really are just like, fuck it, here's a whole ass movie. Yep. Have fun. Like
here's Superman punching someone through a planet in Injustice or whatever. Like, let's do it.
It was this and like getting to like have witness those character moments of us like rolling the dice and being like, oh, this is definitely us throwing fireballs from above. Like it hit every time is really the joy that it brought me.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm so thrilled to hear that.
Thank you again for playing this with me. This was such a joy.
Yeah, absolutely. This was a thrill. I'm so happy we got to do this.
So real quick, before we wrap things up, where can people find you and your game, your work in the game online?
Yeah, so Mirror Match is available on DriveThruRPG. It's available with my other stuff, Jackson Adams RPGs. I want to real quick shout out the artist of this game, Joseph Wida, who did all the art, all the spot art, and all the character portraits.
So gorgeous.
Yeah.
The art in this is so instantly evocative, and like the way that it jumps between like genres, like I'm looking at Fallen Sir Blitz, Inheritor of the Storm, and Mike McGlintock.
Yep,
like the way that it bounces between genres is so satisfying.
We really wanted to kind of give people a chance to like see what it looks like to come up with two characters that, you know, might share some similar themes but look a lot different. You know, a guy with a SWAT stick versus, you know, an undead knight with a lightning sword is going to be a lot different. So yeah, I credit their work a lot on the game, and really kind of bringing that, you know, Super Nintendo manual kind of vibe to it. It's great. But yeah, the game's on drive-thru. You can get it there. You can follow my work there and on itch. It's under the same name in both places. And I still post a lot on Twitter and Blue Sky, both under the name Jackson in a Cup. Spelled like it sounds.
Fantastic. Well, thank you again for this. This was such an absolute joy. And now I'm going to throw it over to me in the future so that he can wrap up with the show. Take it, future me. Thanks, past me. And thanks again to Jackson for coming on the show. That game managed to capture every single thing that I love about fighting games, like the tactical element and the elaborate over-the-top stories, and just, I'm so over the moon about this, like, experience that we shared and, like, the joy of playing in this game. This is absolutely one that I will be coming back to because I think it is lodged squarely in my brain. Be sure to check the show notes to pick up your own copy of Mirror Match, and be sure to follow Jackson on social media at Jackson in a Cup. You can also find us on pretty much whichever social media you prefer, at Party of One Pod or Jeff Stormer, depending. And if you enjoy the show and you want to support it, there's a lot of different ways you can do that. Subscribe to our newsletter at buttondown.email/partyofonepodcast, and join our Discord community at bit.ly/partyofonediscord. You can support us financially at patreon.com/JeffStormer or Ko-fi.com/JeffStormer. You can give us a nice iTunes review, shout us out to a friend, give us some love on social media. You can buy some Party of One merch at bit.ly/partyofonemerch. Or, if you're looking for more great podcast content, you can check out All My Fantasy Children, which is a character creation, storytelling, and world-building podcast that I make with my best friend in the world, Aaron Catano Saez. We take a listener-submitted prompt and spin it into an original fantasy character, populating a shared universe one story at a time. You can also check out Yazeba's Bed and Breakfast, which is an actual play about a heartless witch, a cozy house, and the many people making their homes inside. Both of those you can find wherever you get your podcasts. Party of One is, as always, produced and edited by Jeff Stormer and Jen Frank. Music for the show comes from the song Infinite Lives by Mega Ran featuring the D&D Sluggers, and the Party of One logo is by Evan Rowland. If you'd like to inquire about advertising rates, coming on the show as a guest, or about press coverage of the show, you can email me at partyofonepodcast@gmail.com. And, unless I am mistaken, that is all we do here. So until next time, thank you so much for listening. Remember to fight the forces of fascism every single day. Remember that self-love and self-care are radical and defiant acts of resistance. And as always, party on, everybody.